We're Steph and Travis, Canadians who didn't know much about sailing. We didn't let that or a global pandemic stop us from living our dreams, and we've been winging it ever since. We took off from Toronto and made it to Grenada in year 1, and we've got no plans on stopping. Subscribe to join our life on the water. Thanks to our patrons who keep the dream going.
So woke up early this morning, trying to get up before the winds start to pick up, because I got to pull down the mainsail and headsail. Because our mainsail, we're gonna get a third reef put in, which is something I wanted to do for a while. And the headsail just needs a stitch up at the top. It's starting to, I don't know, show signs of some wear. So let's get to it. Steph's making me a coffee. And the headsail, they're always so easy because you just drop them. But our mainsail, it's a big pain in the butt. It's got battens, it's got reefing points, and it's connected to the boom completely. So our sail slides down a track. Slides down a track here. Slides down that track, and it's attached to the boom the whole way down. So I have to slide the whole bottom of the sail off, which is really hard. So that means you got to hoist the sail up, which makes it a pain when it's super windy. I'd also like to note, I'm really glad, so in Grenada when I made our Dodger sun covers, I could probably just put those on to protect the plastic. Because usually I would remove all of this Dodger so the sail wouldn't come down and scratch the crap out of it, because it has. We did that once and it sucked. Well, I didn't beat the wind. That's a mess. Might have done it the hard way. Usually I'd raise the sail, undo all the bottom bits, and then just drop it onto the deck and then flank it onto the deck. But I just got eager and I undid my lazy bag, which then the whole sail fell down. So I either made it really hard for myself, so you can see how windy it is, or a little bit easier on myself. If it wasn't windy today, this would be a lot easier. But just have to now slide this sail, which seems easier said than done. And just slide it all the way out from here. And then I'll just deal with the sail on the deck. It's not going to be a nice fold, but should be a good one. That was a struggle at best, but got it. Just have to tie it up and then we're good to go.
Muffins are ready.
Ooh. Steph made some muffins. Some carrot cake muffins.
They're not carrot cake, they're just carrot.
Carrot muffins. Those are my favorite.
They might as well be cake. That's probably why you think of them as cake.
Yeah. My coffee's ready. All right, time to relax. That was a fight. Now we gotta drop the head sail. I was gonna drop it over there, but the winds were swirling around, so it made pulling down that main pretty hard. So we came to a different bay where we're gonna motor our sails to the sail loft, and we just figured the wind's gonna be more true here. Yeah, we're just gonna pull down the head sail, which it's windy. It's like 5 knots to 12 knots, like crazy little gusts. So it's gonna be a fight again, but should be a little bit better. When it's windy, it's not fun.
Well, it came down good. Well, this is perfect. You don't need to bring it very far by hand. Just right there. Do you want me to help you hold the other one? You can do both?
Yeah, they're only like 60 pounds.
Oh, you got it.
You just need to help me.
Here.
Just reinforce the top, the left. And right here, I just want to.
Yeah, definitely not gonna do the mainsail after that fight. But she's on. Looks good. Yeah, this whole sail is gonna just, like, once we get half. Wind, give us 10 minutes, 5 at minimum. Just, come on. Racking my brain for the last little bit how I'm going to run the third reef line. You can do a traditional slab reefing and I can have it all external on the boom. I'm not going to use my outhaul because our sail actually has a bolt rope on the bottom, I think that's what you call it, and it attaches the entire way down the boom, the sail. So I never really use the outhaul I just kind of lock it and forget it. So what I'm thinking is I'm gonna lock out the outhaul and I'm gonna drill and tap a spot off the back that I'll use the outhaul I have now to get it tight, and then I'll thread in this to lock it off. And then I'm gonna take the block and everything that my outhaul is used, and I'm gonna run my third reef line through that. It's just gonna be a single line all the way to the top of the third reef and then back down to the boom. And then that'll at least get my clue tight, and then I'll reef down the sail, and then I have a snap hook on some Dyneema line for the foot of the sail, and then I'll just be able to go back in the cockpit and tighten up the sail. I think that'll be best because I'll only have to go forward to the mast to do anything. I won't have to go to the boom to try to get the clue on or anything like that. And I think it'll be good because I don't really use my outhaul. Like if our sail was attached at the gooseneck at the foot of the sail and only at the clue, and the whole sail wasn't attached to the boom, I would get a lot more adjustability in the sail, and I would probably use the outhaul. But since it's all attached, the moment I let the outhaul go, the sail physically doesn't move because there's so much tension on it with that whole bolt rope that the sail doesn't do anything. So it's kind of useless. So I think this would be the best option. I just have to drill and tap into the boom here so I can lock it off. Stuff. So I'm just gonna drill a hole right there. Like that guy's gonna be there. I'll just screw it in. I like to live life on the edge and tap with a drill. That should work. So, right there, locks that. That one doesn't allow the sail to go up. That locks it going this way, or this way. Let's see how that goes. A new outhaul. Good. Then I can take this line and run it for my third reef. But sail's nice and tight. I think that'll do well. Just did a quick stitch on this, and then I'm gonna pull the rope through. Just like that, it's all ran through. Nice. That's our third reef. I still need to put the battens in and make all the marks on the ropes to tell me where they are. A couple more adjustments at the foot. I think it'll work.
We have a new addition aboard Jibsea. Watched our video where we were helping our friends Yvette and Tyler tow their catamaran, and Yvette showcased all of her beautiful herbs in her catamaran garden. It made me really want to get a plant to try, and we were at the grocery store and I needed basil, and I saw a little bunch of basil, and right above the basil were little plants, and it was practically the same price to buy a little bundle of basil or get the whole plant. So I'm going to try growing and maintaining this plant because it already came all bushy and full of basil leaves, but after a couple of days it's kind of already started to wilt. We don't really have a lot of space for any plants because I really don't know where to put them when we're underway or if it gets really rocky, because I just don't want soil everywhere. It would just be a big mess. So we have those little cup holders as you've seen, and I'm hoping like that little pot just fit perfectly in our cup holder and it doesn't go anywhere. I'm hoping that the little window that we have there will allow sufficient sunlight for it to continue to grow. I don't have much of a green thumb, I've actually never really successfully grown any plants. They've always just died on me. But I went on Skillshare to get a few gardening tips. So I do want to thank Skillshare for sponsoring this week's episode. We've been partnering with them for a little while now, and I'm usually able to find what I'm looking to learn on Skillshare, so it's been great. The class that I've been taking is led by Etka Chowdhury, and it's on indoor gardening. Grow houseplants, veggies, and herbs, which is perfect. I'm learning how to maintain this basil plant. I knew nothing about parts of the plant, like the little nodes and where to trim off the basil and all of that. Didn't even know you had to prune your herbs. And you can take that little trimmed off piece, put it in water. Roots are supposed to develop, and then once the roots start growing, you can repot it into the soil and have it continue to grow, hopefully. So that was pretty interesting to learn. Again, I knew nothing, so the class has been most helpful. So these little guys, I believe, are the nodes, the two little things that kind of sprout off, and you would trim above that. So I've tried that here. I hope that's right. Hopefully it doesn't die off before I get a chance to cook with it, because I love basil. So if you're like me and you don't have much of a green thumb, Skillshare is a great place to start learning, or for whatever else that piques your interest. You could probably find it on Skillshare, and all the classes are ad-free. They're for all levels of learners, so it's great, even if you're a beginner like I am. But yeah, check them out. Right now is a great time. They are offering the first 1,000 of our subscribers who use the link that I'm going to put in the description box below, or our code right here, sailingjibsea. You'll get a 1-month free trial to Skillshare. I think we'll put it out there for now today to give it a little bit of light. It's so sad. It's starting to wilt already. Travis, look at these little guys. They're wilting already. Nothing ever stays alive. Revive. Revive. A little bit of an update. It looks to be growing. That's the nodes over there that I cut just above. And they're coming in. That makes me happy. Just kept it out here for a little extra sunlight.